Welcome to Lesson 4 in Unit 9, How Seeds Travel. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how are seeds moved from place to place? In this lesson, students explore how plants spread their seeds. Students figure out that seeds are dispersed by wind, water, and animals. The structure of seeds relate to how it is dispersed. Students make connections to the storyline by drawing an initial model explaining how the seeds of the cucumbers were dispersed and ended up in the radish bed. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 9 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 4 days to complete. To begin the Lesson 4 Engage, you'll ask students what they have figured out so far about how the cucumber plant could have ended up in the radish bed. You'll then ask what students know about fruits. You'll show students the picture of the sliced cucumber and show students the What Do Animals Eat video, then ask some questions. You'll return to the driving question board and add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about how animals move seeds from place to place. For the Explore portion, you'll discuss how plants' fruits have seeds inside them and why it's important that seeds have different ways of spreading or dispersing to new places. You can post and discuss the Disperse vocabulary card. You'll then divide the students into groups and give each group a set of seed cards to examine. You may also provide students with real seeds and hand lenses if you would like. You'll have students sort the cards by how they think the seeds are dispersed. For the Explain portion, you'll invite students to gather in a circle to share their findings from the seed sorting activity. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how are seeds dispersed? The goal of this class discussion is to use the evidence from the seed cards to explain how a seed was dispersed. You'll use the discussion to create the Lesson 4 summary chart. By the end of the discussion, students should understand that the cucumber seeds may have been moved by an animal. During the discussion, you'll read Flip, Float, Fly, and pages 13 to 19 of From Seed to Plant. Be sure to use the Read Aloud guides for both books for discussion questions and key points. You'll also show the videos of a bird and deer dispersing seeds to provide students with another opportunity to figure out more about seed dispersal. For the Elaborate portion, you'll ask students that now that they have learned about seed dispersal, how do they think the cucumbers might have ended up in the radish bed? This will conclude the summary chart discussion. You'll then ask how they think they could better show how we think the cucumber plant moved and discuss models. You can post and discuss the model vocabulary card. You'll then ask students to draw a model of how they think the cucumbers ended up in the radish bed on the Model of the Traveling Cucumber student journal page. For the Evaluate, students will work with a partner to show what they know about seed dispersal by completing the Seed Dispersal Quick Check student journal page. To support student sense-making across the unit, orient students back to the driving question board. You'll ask, what did we learn about how seeds are dispersed, and what new questions do you have? By the end of this lesson, students will have learned the various ways seeds are moved and how new plants begin to grow. In Lesson 5, students will create a model of seed dispersal using what they have learned in this lesson. The Extend portion builds toward a Missouri standard, so we highly recommend Missouri teachers complete this activity. You can place students into groups and pass out the seed cards again. This time, you'll have students sort the seeds into 2 categories, light and heavy. Once they have sorted the cards, you'll ask what they notice about the seeds and how they think they're dispersed. Then, using either real seeds or other objects with varying weights, you can have students try to move them using only their breath. This will simulate moving the seeds with wind. You'll ask which objects were easier to move with air. Students should discuss that the mass affects how the seed is pushed or dispersed by the wind, water, or an animal. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.